Greetings, everyone. It is Tanya, and I'm grateful to connect with you all today, and I hope you're all having a beautiful day. I had the most amazing morning, just out working in my garden, planting an herb garden, and just spending time in nature. It was awesome. So I hope you all got some time to go connect with nature today, because at least where I live in the Vancouver area, in the Northwest, it's just absolutely gorgeous today. So basically, I'm feeling led today to talk to you all and share what I've learned as far as the magic behind the laws of attraction. And I just taught a workshop this weekend, and I've taught many workshops, over the years about laws of attraction. But recently, I was brought deeper awareness of how to tune into the parts of our life that are kind of sabotaging our goals, because I feel like a lot of you that I meet and talk to, you have done a lot of the positive affirmations, you've gone to meditation class, you've practiced with positive visualizations, and sometimes maybe get a little results and then something just glitches, you get stuck again, you're back into the land of lack, you're back worrying and stressing and creating what you don't want. And so the first thing I'll share today is that if you can completely be accountable for your energy and completely be accountable for your own creation, and if you look out of your eyes and look around you right now at the environment that you're living in, the situation that you're in, and realize that you have co-created it. No one else has. Nobody else is to blame for your situation. And it's not even you to be blamed, but you are the powerful creator of the situation. And the reason I point that out is because I feel one of the first steps to empowerment and to manifesting our true goals and dreams is to realize we are powerful, to realize that we are co-creating it. And then we choose consciously what we want to create, rather than, for years, if you were in a role of being a victim and feeling like the world was against you, the government's out to get you, your neighbors are out to get you, whatever it is that has happened in the past, if you were in that state of feeling like a victim, it really took away your power. It was like you gave your power away, and that didn't really help you. It didn't really serve you as far as creating what you want. So what I'm going to talk about today is there's two layers of manifestation magic, let's call it. The first layer that I feel like a lot of people focus about, there's like books like The Secret or The Vortex, which is a book on the laws of attraction, by, I think, Esther and Jerry Hicks. It's a really great book as well. There's many books out there about the laws of attraction, and most of them focus on the positive affirmations, the visualization, creating a vision board, all the parts of like what I like to refer to as the pixie dust. It's the pixie dust that you sprinkle on top. And that is really powerful and it's very magical. However, I feel that many of you aren't aware of what is blocking you. And so that's what we're going to focus on today. And as a soul coach and as an intuitive healer, that's what I help my clients with. I help them tune into those energetic patterns that they're not seeing. And it's really helpful to work with a coach or a mentor, because they're going to have that ability to look in and really observe your energetic patterns. They're going to be able to tune in to that unconscious part that is the dialogue inside of you and the external dialogue that you'll say out loud but not catch sometimes. So I encourage you to really value your mentors and your teachers and go to them and work with them, and not just go for one session and then think everything's going to magically change in your life, but really go and work with them and let that be a priority in co-creating your whole new movie. So, make use of those teachers and really, tune into what they're going to share with you, because they're going to help you. They're going to hold you accountable. They're going to help you tune in and see the stuff that you're not going to catch as easily on your own. Now, you absolutely can catch it. And as we get more conditioned to move with that mindfulness and that awareness, we have that powerful ability to catch our stuff and go, whoa, what was that thought that I just had that said I'm not good enough, or that I'm, not smart enough, or whatever the limitation is that we catch. we have that possibility and that ability to check into that, but sometimes it takes a little bit of help to get to that place because we've been so used to being over in this conditioned land of lack. We've been listening to it our whole lives. We've been, maybe many of us, surrounded by people who talked about the lack, who talked about the limitations, who talked about the rules, the control. And to get across that bridge, I always refer to that 5 sensory place and then crossing to 6 sensory. That takes a little time, a little patience. It's a process. So working with a soul coach, an intuitive coach, can really help you with that. So what I'm going to talk about today, and I would love for you to write in with your questions and comments, and especially those of you that have manifested abundance and you've really enjoyed what I love to refer to as the art of calling it forth. You've learned that you are powerful and that you can call things to you. You can manifest and co-create what you desire. I would love to hear from you. So if you have stories, call in, because you may not understand how that can be very powerful for those that are listening to hear your story. So please call in. First thing we'll focus on is, with the laws of attraction, there's the aspect of the unconscious part of you. A lot of us, like I said, we're focused on the conscious parts. Like, I wake up and I say my I am statements. I am powerful. I am successful. I am deserving. I am worthy. And that's the conscious part that we're putting out into the world. We're speaking it. We might be journaling, writing in our journal, I'm ready for my dream home, or I'm ready to call in the love of my life. Whatever it is, that is the conscious part that we're aware of. The unconscious part that we need to be aware of is the just as powerful part of yourself that is it's basically counteracting all the good you're putting out. You're putting out this good energy, you're putting out this positive vibration, you have enthusiasm, and then there's this unconscious part of yourself that's blocking you. It's just keeping you stuck. So, for example, let's say that you really want to have more financial abundance. You want to have more money. And so you're thinking, I want more money, and I'm going to write it in my journal, and I'm going to say my I am statements. I am wealthy. But then there's this part of you, the unconscious part of you, that thinks that money is evil, or that money is going to destroy your life. It will destroy your relationships, or, money is the root of all evil. We've heard that, through religion being shared, that it's evil. And so if you were raised to believe that, and that's a thought that you hold unconsciously, that thought is working just as powerfully as your positive affirmations. So what you do is you're putting out all this energy, and then there's this unconscious part that just blocks you. You just slam into that iceberg, you get nowhere. So my goal is to help you to understand and to tune into that unconscious aspect of yourself, and to start really tuning into it so that you can clear it. Now, this 1 hour show may help you do that completely, or you may feel led to call me and work with me as a soul client, a soul coaching client, or receive auric clearing help. Whatever you feel is necessary, you need to honor that and really tune into that. And it's important that we look at that part of ourselves, because it is powerful. I was working with a client this weekend in my workshop. She is 70 years old, and we were talking about the unconscious parts. And so I was tuning into her because I sensed a wounded inner child, and I sensed that it was from really young, and that she had really believed she was not worthy. So as I was tuning into her vibrationally and asking her questions, she remembered vividly this memory of her being around 5 or 6 years old, and just remembering this moment where her mother got really angry at her, and she felt like she failed her mother, and that she was a bad girl, and that she wasn't good enough. Now, to that mother on that same day, that event maybe was insignificant. That mother might have just been frustrated and, not thinking about what she was saying, and moved on with her day. But to that child looked out of the eyes and saw the situation from a 5-year-old's point of view, which told her, I'm not good enough. I'm a bad girl. I messed up. And so she took that internalized it for the rest of her life. And then now, sitting at my table in a workshop, age 70, we're working on clearing that. And as we were, she felt a shift, and she was like, wow, things are going to be different from now on. And we did some mirroring work and some work one-on-one to help her clear that. But the reason I'm saying that is that this woman lived her whole entire life feeling as if she was not good enough, as if she, was a bad girl. And that energy was very real to her vibrationally. It was in her cellular memory. And so even though maybe some people would think, just get over it, it wasn't a big deal, to a child, we take this stuff in and we hold on to it, and it can really affect our lives in the big picture. So that's what we're going to tune in today, is that the unconscious aspects that kind of keep us sabotaged, keep us stuck, keep us suffering. And we're wanting to go into those places of infinite possibilities. I know that all of you tuning in, there's something you're desiring, or you wouldn't have even tuned in. There's some part of you that wants to manifest. Maybe it's your dream job, or you want to call forth the love of your life, or live in the, beautiful location on the planet that you've dreamed of living all your life. And so whatever it is, know that it is absolutely possible and available to you, but there may be parts of the unconscious aspects of you that are blocking that from happening. So if you can at least be open to that concept, and then be open and willing to do the work to clear that, we can have profound shifts in no time. And literally, I've seen clients, and myself included, I'll just share a story from my own perspective. There's been times like I remember wanting to have a beautiful home, and I had left a 20-year marriage, and I was renting a room, and I was just kind of in my cocoon phase, just meditating a lot and listening, and just kind of, what am I doing now? Like, what now? And what I like to refer to that part of our life, when many of us go through these big changes, it's kind of like you took your Etch-a-Sketch and you shook it, and it's just all empty, and there's this clear Etch-a-Sketch waiting to be created upon, or a blank canvas. If you're a painter, you can imagine you have that blank canvas. And there was this time that I was just in that place, and I was like, I went into nature, I'm doing some yoga and teaching a class out in nature, and all of a sudden I realized I want to have a beautiful home. I want to be able to offer my workshops in my home and have a healing room and have an art studio. And so I kind of visualized what I wanted, and then I went home and I wrote it in my journal, and I was very clear, told my angels exactly what I was ready for, and then I just shut the journal and put it aside, and I knew I was ready. I was worthy. I had done my clearing work. I had done the processing of all that stuff that made me feel I wasn't worth enough. That had been done, and a couple days later, I'm with a friend, and we come into this empty house to get her laundry, and come to find out the house was for rent, and it's the house I now live in. And that was 2 days after I called it forth. 2 days after I had visualized what I wanted, put it out to the universe, let the universe know that I was ready. And when I came into the house, excuse me, I need a drink real quick, hold on. When I walked into the house, I just knew it was my house. I could feel it, the garden, everything about it was like, this is my dream home, and this is where I really want to live, and I can just feel it. So I just kept putting that vibration out of, angels, bring it to me. I'm ready. I'm open. I'm ready. Like, bring it in. And it worked out to where everything flowed perfectly to where this house would become my home. So I say that because sometimes I see this with a lot of clients, and I get this from people all the time. They'll see a show of mine, or they'll meet me, and they'll just be like, Tanya, I feel so drawn to you. I just feel like my angels guided me to you, and I feel like you could help me so much, but I can't afford it. I can't afford to work with you. And I challenge these clients, because the first test from my perspective is, I feel like I'm here to empower others. I'm here to teach them how to fish. I'm not here to just give them the fish. I'm here to teach them how, through my own aligned example. And so I'll encourage them and challenge them to really realize that if the universe brought me to them, and they feel and sense that I could be a powerful influence and help them, then why would the universe not also support them and bring the financial support for that to happen? It's kind of like whether you want to work with me as a healing client and as a mentor, or you want to be a massage therapist